Hi, I'm Will Fuller, your peak performance and holistic health coach, and thank you for joining me for this video, the top 5 mistakes everybody makes when meditating. Now, you're probably here because you're experiencing stress, anxiety, or a busy mind to the point of discomfort or even suffering. And if you've performed any of my videos of in my eye relaxation series, then you're likely also experiencing stressed eyes, dry eyes, eye strain, and even headaches. And if you haven't watched any of the guided meditations yet in my playlist, then I do encourage you to check out the eye relaxation playlist on my YouTube channel, which I will link to at the end of this video. So now, meditation, when done consistently, can be an extremely powerful tool to calm and focus your mind while relaxing your body and your eyes. But many people get frustrated with meditation and they don't follow through with what is needed in order to get results. Which is why I'm so glad that you're here today, because by the end of this video, you're going to learn the top 5 mistakes that everybody makes when meditating, and then more importantly, how to easily overcome them. And what this is going to do is it's going to remove any barriers that you may be facing so that you can reduce stress and anxiety and focus your mind on a regular basis. So before we begin today, let's start by defining what is meditation. My preferred definition of meditation is a practice or technique of focusing the mind on a specific object or activity in order to initiate a state of calm or increased awareness. So this is why there can be so many different types of meditation, and brings me to my number 1 mistake that everybody makes when meditating. So mistake number 1 then is thinking that there's only one way to meditate. The same way in believing that there's only one way to lose weight. So I feel that the right way for Jane to meditate is the way that Jane meditates. And the right way for Mike to meditate is the way that Mike meditates. And the right meditation practice for you is the one that you're drawn to. It's something that's more of a kinesthetic awareness, something that you enjoy doing at that point in time. And it's not necessarily something that you just need to close your mind off to. If you've been doing a particular practice and then you find a new one and you're like, this feels good, this feels right to me, then personally I feel it's important that you follow your instinct. What am I enjoying? What am I doing right now? So that you can avoid chasing the next best thing, the next meditation practice that's going to deliver everything. Instead, focusing on one practice that you enjoy doing and allow that practice to take you deeper, to start to get to reduce your stress and to calm your mind. The second largest mistake everybody makes when meditating is that you can't use the mind to defeat the mind. The same way that you can't use fire to put out fire. Albert Einstein once said that we can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking that we used to create them. So what does that mean to you? Well, as you're meditating, especially during the silent parts of my guided meditation or silent parts of your own meditation, you'll be observing your thoughts. And those thoughts or your thoughts are probably telling you that you're doing it wrong, this is too hard, I can't do it, I can't concentrate, I'm not enough, and the list just goes on and on and on. Whatever your thoughts are saying, I want you to notice that they're just thoughts. So when thoughts are telling thoughts to shut up because I'm trying to meditate, this is only going to add more fuel to that mental fire. So this trap of a dog chasing its tail is one of the main reasons or the biggest causes of frustration in meditation, which leads to more pain instead of a pleasurable experience. So when the pain outweighs the pleasure, because as animals, we're drawn to move away from pain and towards pleasure. So once you tip those scales there, it becomes less enjoyable, more painful. People are going to quit or they're going to give up their practice. So whether this makes sense to you right now or not, remembering this point while meditating could save you a few years or even decades in your inner journey. So I really hope that your biggest takeaway from this mistake is that thoughts are a normal part of being a human being. Just the same way as when you eat food, your digestive system digests the food. Your brain thinks, right? So we just want to make sure that we're not trying to use thoughts to defeat thoughts. And hopefully by now you can see that if you are, then that's really a dead end on your inner journey. So this is why I chose breathing meditation as part of my beginner series, or my eye relaxation series there, because you're able to focus on the breath, and it can be a great object for you to focus on instead of the mental gymnastics that so many of us are familiar with. Okay, great. Halfway through the top 5 mistakes everybody makes when meditating. You're doing great. Keep it up. Remember that taking these 5 mistakes on board and then learning from them, which is a whole nother component, but that's where your actual physical practice comes in, right? That's where the rubber meets the road. But from them, you can really see how this could save you lots of time on your journey. So it's important that you follow through with these next 2 steps, or these next 2 mistakes, because that's really going to help you out. So the third biggest mistake that everybody makes when meditating is quantity over quality, thinking that meditation is about quantity and not quality. So many people think that the goal of meditation is to sit for as long as possible with 0 thoughts in your mind. And until you've achieved that, at that point, you can call yourself a success in meditation. But this pattern of bigger is better, do you see how that might be showing up in other areas of your life? I know that definitely shows up in my life as well. I know if there's 2 cookies, I'm going to choose the bigger cookie, that's for sure. But what about in our society as well? Can you see how bigger is better shows up in our society? I want you to see that when it comes to meditation and mental health, I want you to give yourself a break, even if it is just this one time. And the chances are, yes, the longer you're going to meditate and focus your mind, slowing down the thoughts, the deeper you're going to slow down the brain waves, fall into this meditative state. But setting just these big lofty goals where all the benefits come at the end of your journey, that's going to cause the journey itself to become boring and probably frustrating. So when this happens, chances are that you're not really going to stick with your meditation practice on a consistent basis. And if you think back to the beginning here, we said how consistency is the key to getting results. So especially I've noticed in helping coach people over the last 20 years that life just gets hectic. That's part of life. That's what life is. It's not this linear line. So when it does get hectic, it's easy to drop off your routine because it's already kind of this, nah, I'm kind of doing it, kind of not. I want to do it. And when things are perfect, then I'm going to do it, which of course is never. So instead, I really want to invite you to entertain the idea that just 5 to 10 minutes a day of quality meditation can really lower your stress levels and anxiety on a short and long-term basis, as well as help relieve eye strain or relax your eyes. Okay, the 4th biggest mistake is one of the most common mistakes everybody makes when meditating, and that's thinking that meditation is about no pain, no gain. And this was really shown to me on my first intensive meditation experience when I enrolled as a Buddhist monk. I'm laughing because it was an accident that I enrolled in this Buddhist monk temple. I didn't realize how intensive it was going to be until we had to dress all in white and renounce everything prior to that experience of being in the temple. So because I have this background in sports science, sports psychology, and education, it wasn't hard for me to sit for long hours in a meditative position, these long periods of time, but to be in pain, but to be able to push through it, as well as, my own background in sports and fitness. So if anything, the pain gave me something to conquer. It gave me something to focus on. Remember, we said that meditation is to focus on an object. So I was focusing on this pain, but then I also at this point didn't realize the mental gymnastics component of it. So it enabled me to get really motivated about meditation, because now I've got something to master. Now I've got something to conquer. Yesterday I meditated for 40 minutes. Today I'm going to see if I can meditate for 45 minutes and push that pain just those extra 5 minutes. And you could say that this was really distracting me from my true inner work and my true inner discovery work, which for me is what meditation is about, which is bringing that awareness to follow through it. Now, another reason why people can become uncomfortable during meditation is because of poor posture. But I don't want you to take my word for it. I really want to show you so that you can understand that level deeper. But it's too much to go through in this video. So at the end of this video, I'm going to link to the top 5 posture hacks for meditation to get you aligned physically as well as mentally. So congratulations, if you've made it this far. It tells me that you're really committed to your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. So give yourself a big meditative pat on the back there. And the 5th mistake that everybody makes when meditating is using meditation as a way to escape the present moment instead of embracing it. And we're stressed, we're anxious, we want to calm the mind down. We hear that meditation is good at doing that. So it's easy to take it as a drug. But when you try to use meditation as a painkiller, it just becomes another means to an end, and you can miss the best parts of your inner journey. So instead, you want meditation itself to be the journey. But like any journey, some days are going to be more enjoyable than others. Of course, if you're using it as a painkiller, eventually you're probably just going to give up your practice. And you'll say, well, you know, I'm too busy right now. I'll try this again when things are quieter. Or you're going to say, this meditation practice or this style didn't work. So then what happens is we end up digging lots of small holes instead of digging one deep hole, which is what I said at the beginning here, is that my hope is that you dive deep into a single practice and then allow that inner journey to take over and that self-discovery, and allow that to guide you. And that's kind of what you want your meditation technique to be, that exploration, and enjoy the journey. So now that you know the top 5 mistakes that everybody makes when meditating and how to avoid them, I really think that you're going to get more out of your meditation practice. And as a result of watching this video, my hope is that you're going to be able to calm your mind and relax your eyes even further as a result. So was this helpful today? If so, please let me know your biggest takeaway in the comment box below. And also make sure that you hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button there so that you can get our weekly guided meditations and success tips. And if you want to learn more about eye exercises, you can download a free ebook, A Modern Day Guide for Improving Eyesight, at envisionselfhealing.com, and come join us in our Clearer, Better Living Facebook group. And if you're having any posture issues, or you think that improving your posture during your meditation practice could be a good idea, or indeed having good posture throughout the day period would be a good idea, then right now the video you're going to want to check out is the top 5 posture hacks for meditating, and the link can be found right here on the screen. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'm Will Fuller, your peak performance and holistic health coach, and make it a great day.